What's going on, weather fans? It's Alex back here with we haven't done a video in very long. The reason why is because the weather's been awfully boring and so goddamn quiet. So, I decided we're gonna make a video, even though not the most active of patterns, but we are gonna make a video just because, it has been a while and we need something. So we're just gonna talk about the general pattern, my personal summer thoughts, and maybe a bit of severe weather as we get into next week. So we will dive right into things. It will be probably more of a 10 to 15 minute video. Not much to talk about. Let's go see what's going on here, and we'll leave it off at that. All right. So we have seen some changes, so we're gonna discuss that first. Okay. So for today, we are gonna be seeing instability clouds with some cold air moving in. Rush now of Canada. I think Monday night into Tuesday, you may have frost on your cars. Yes, it's early May, and we're still seeing 20 to 30 degree temperatures across New Jersey, statewide. So I think maybe not a hard frost, but a freeze is expected for Monday night into Tuesday. So please bundle up if you can. Don't get tricked by the 70s that come the later afternoon, but be ready for that very cold air Tuesday morning. But main story here. Monday, yes, there are some scattered showers, maybe even an isolated thunderstorm when we get into the Ohio Valley into Monday night into Tuesday. Tuesday looks like we will have showers and thunderstorms up north near New York and Pennsylvania. We're going to watch if some of them are strong, maybe an isolated severe cell or two. And then the big story comes here for Wednesday. Some showers, maybe a rumble of thunder, and then we start to see our big low pressure system start to assemble. Here's the thing. We've had multiple model instances of where this thing completely busts, or it does something like it did yesterday on the 12Z. Oh wait, no, not the 12Z. We gotta go back to the 0Z. This is where it developed this really powerful low pressure here Thursday morning. And what started happening is you got that very powerful low pressure forming 998 in western Pennsylvania. And this provided a warm sector all across the East Coast from South Carolina all the way up into New Jersey and Long Island. 2 p.m., severe thunderstorms marching its way into eastern PA, into Virginia, into the eastern Carolinas, and then by the time we get to 5 p.m., strong to damaging thunderstorms into New Jersey, into the mid-Atlantic. That was scenario 1, which we thought was going to happen yesterday. But look how much models flipped. This is 0Z Sunday here now. Look how far south the low pressure is now. I know you guys might be saying, when are we going to get these storms? When are we going to get this beneficial rain, beneficial big storms? I know, for you storm lovers here in New Jersey, it's been a frustrating one. But I promise you, this won't last longer until the middle of May, when you start to get your daily instability, daily storm chance, maybe not daily storm chances, but you start to get your better kinematics, better storm environment, and you start to build a cape more easier. By the time of this year, it's like a hit or miss. You don't know whether you're going to get it. But I'll say this, Thursday is not the end of the world, okay? The best case scenario if this ends up in New York. I don't know if that's going to happen, though. I don't know. We're going to have to see what these models do over the next few days. There is still an isolated severe storm threat on Thursday, so we'll keep in mind. And then Wednesday, there could be some thunderstorms. We'll see about that. But it's still hit or miss. It's not like big mesoscale convective systems. That's not going to come until early June, and into July. I think those months, they are going to be hectic. They're going to be hyperactive, very active months. for now, I think we need the rain so we get a good start into the summer. I think we're in a good pattern because April was dry. We had a drought. I know we had a drought in April. May we still have a bit of a drought. We're still lacking rain. But once we get into June and July, I'm telling you, the pattern, the clock will flip on us and it will bring us, even EPA mention about tropical flooding downpours most of the time in the summer. We're not expecting big heat waves this year. That's the key thing. Where you saw these 90s and 100s last year, we're in an absolutely different regime of weather this year. And I know I'm doing a lot of if and if nots, but I just think that's gonna happen. Okay, so we're gonna get into late next week, and you can just see, like, there's really not that much going on other than a couple showers in the Northeast. Really nothing. And yes, there's a southern slider, but like it's really not a conducive pattern for New Jersey here. It really isn't. Low pressure passes to the south. Sucky drizzle for May 12th. And and this pattern just kind of looks crap until maybe May 14th. You get a strong cold front in Canada, maybe a stretching line of thunderstorms, finally what we're hoping for. But I don't know. And then another one comes in. So the idea here is we're going to start to get more storm systems by the end of the month. And I think by the time we get there, what's going to start happening is, okay, first of all, let's take a look at your dew points. This is going to correspond very well to what I'm saying right now, okay? So, this is going to be for this week, okay? Rising dew points into Illinois, and like, it's way more south than it was originally. Wednesday, it looks like you have the highest dew points over here for New Jersey and PA, getting up into the 60 range potentially. Maybe a few thunderstorms. I will be watching. There could be a few thunderstorms. We'll see. Yeah, dew points could be near the 60s in New Jersey. There could be some thunderstorms. I'll see. And Thursday, notice how that cold front just wipes away the dew points entirely. This is for Thursday. Your dew points are down here. Yesterday, it was up here. This whole entire sector had a significant severe chance. Now it's gone. And this is what I'm talking about. Like May, I mean, yes, it's kind of possible you can get a severe setup or two there, but it's so inconsistent. But then, once we start getting into the later months, I think that's when things start to change. That cold front wipes your dew points out, but watch, it doesn't last too long. And then I think before you know it, I think we're going to be in a better pattern by the end of the month. Yes, there's going to be occasional troughs and everything like that, but I do think we will experience a big pattern flip going into early June. Big storms, I think this year we will have to watch for mesoscale convective systems coming out of the Ohio Valley from the Great Lakes, surging right into PA, New Jersey. I think that might be a common theme this year, actually. This might be a very common theme this year. What else are we expecting for the summer? Honestly, I am expecting a lot of post-thunderstorm. A lot of post-thunderstorm activity. We're going to have frequent sea breezes, collisions with other boundaries. I think there's going to be a lot of big post-thunderstorms this season. That's going to be a huge key factor this summer. Yes, you will get some frontal boundaries, some cold fronts, some potential MCSs, some potential big, a couple supercell events. I mean, yeah. But the big theme this summer, I think, post-thunderstorms. And don't get me wrong, post-thunderstorms can be very, very deadly if they form right over your area. Remember what happened in Jackson, New Jersey, where 13 got killed on the archery field? Yes, that's what is called a post-thunderstorm. And why is it called a post-thunderstorm? So, during the summer, you have easily 2,000 joules, 2,500 joules. You don't need a boundary or anything, a cold front. All it takes is a collision between a low boundary and a sea breeze, and you get these big pulse thunderstorms rapidly rising updrafts, and that's what causes big time thunderstorms, big time lightning producers. Pulse thunderstorms are notorious for positive cloud to ground lightning strikes and just an insane amount of rainfall, insane amount of lightning. I think we're going to be experiencing that a lot over the summer this year. Nothing like 2025. Listen, 2025, I can only remember 3 days of pulse thunderstorms where there should be typically like 15 to 20. So I'm saying this because 2025 was a very inactive year. The reason why is because what ended up happening here is there was a big high pressure off the coast, and that kind of influenced our weather across the East Coast. It was not that active. Yes, there were a few very active days, obviously, but it wasn't as active as it should have been. This year, I think there's a complete pattern flip for the East Coast. Since the Midwest and the Southern Plains are going to get the severe weather in the spring, this is shifting over the summer indefinitely for all these areas, New Jersey on southward into the Florida Peninsula. You're going to have an above average severe weather season for June into August. You are going to have big storms this year. And I know the drought may be a little deceiving now, but it's good that you're getting the drought right now, because when we get into the summer, that drought is wiped out. It's wiped out clean, I think. We're a foot below normal where we should be for this year, but I think when those pulse thunderstorms start forming and that season really starts to kick into action into summer, you're going to get a really good shot of some big storms, big time rainfall events. Yes, there could be some tropical activity. Yeah, a lot of tropical activity, but less hurricanes. Less hurricanes, more thunderstorms. That's what I'm expecting this year. So, actually, I did want to take a look at the supercell composite here. And this is what I'm talking about. Week 1, yes, you do have some weak values. I mean, it's something to watch out for. There could be a couple stronger storms up here in the Northeast for Wednesday. We might have to watch that. But again, nothing crazy. Week 2, almost the same. But, you know, I'm not seeing much of a severe weather signal right now. But when we get into that time frame, late May into June, that's going to be your first big ramp up. I really do think New Jersey's in for a big year of storms in the summer. Big year. And I just want to warn you how deadly these pulse thunderstorms can become. I do have a backflash story. I do have a story about the Jackson storm. I was in a Boy Scout camp, alright? And, I mean, dude, these clouds were growing 30,000 to 40,000 feet in the air. That's how big these clouds became. And I damn knew that we were in big trouble. If you start seeing those clouds, you knew you were in for something. And then, 30 minutes later, man, an absolute barrage of lightning strikes. I mean, dude, they were striking trees. They were striking really close near us. Yeah, that's basically the idea of pulse thunderstorms. You don't realize until you start seeing the big clouds really forming, that's when your key sign is to immediately take cover, because these big pulse thunderstorms can become deadly. As we saw last year in New Jersey, in Jackson. Yeah, I mean, man, it's starting to become a common theme for the summer. It's starting to become more apparent for the summer. Average thunderstorm days, we should be averaging around 20. Last year, we probably got 5. So that was ridiculously horrible. But I think this year we will be averaging around 25 to potentially 28 average thunderstorm days. Not now, but when we get until later into the summer, man, we are going to be in for something. Alright, so You know, it was good to make a video as it lasts. I wish it was a little more active. I really do wish. Maybe we can get a Rumble of Thunder or two for Wednesday. I don't know, though. I don't know. This weather pattern for this spring was so freaking crap. But you know, maybe that will change soon, late May into June. You know, when we start when we start to get out of school, maybe that's when the activity really ramps up. Probably like something like that. Probably June is gonna be a very active month though. I do expect June to be very, very stormy. I do expect that. I'm not expecting big heat waves either. Yeah, keep in mind that. I'm not expecting these huge, big heat waves this year. No, nothing like last year. So, anyways, guys, that was your update. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, I wish it was a bit more active, but you know, we're really saving up our energy for this summer. We're gonna be. I'm so excited, man. I really am. I have my camera, I have my freaking phone, I have my iPad, everything possible to record these storms. It's gonna be 100 times better than last year. I'll say that. So, well, we're gonna be in for a treat this year. Oh yeah, if you guys saw the rapidly growing updrafts from my last video, that's the type of weather we're gonna be dealing with this summer. Obviously, taller clouds, way taller clouds. Those are nothing compared to the summer. Those summer clouds are gonna get way taller. So if you thought my time-lapse camera was sick on that day, you're gonna expect some way crazier stuff in the summer. I just can't wait to show you. I can't wait to show you that stuff anyways. But anyways, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. And I will see you guys later. If anything happens on Wednesday or Thursday, we'll make a video about it. Maybe not. I don't know. I honestly don't know. But if there are a couple thunderstorms, we're probably going to record it. We'll see. We'll see. But anyways, guys, I'll see you guys later. And have a great rest of your Sunday.